I'm headed to an estate sale in Deep River, Connecticut. Eric has already dropped by that sale and took a quick peek, and he thought there were things there that I would like. I have some time, so I'm gonna go check it out. Well, we must be in the right place because I see an estate sale sign. This is such a pretty property. It's super hot out here. But I'm gonna make my way into the house and we're gonna see what we can find. Which door? I think this one. There's a pile of sweaters I'm not gonna look at right now. And I'm seeing a few throw blankets, which seems like a good thing. We're in the living room right now, and this room is so cute. There are some really pretty antiques and reproduction items here. This chair is interesting. I'm wondering if this was supposed to open to a chamber pot. I think that's what it is. What do you think? There's some other really nice things like this flax spinning wheel. And that's a pretty painting of a lighthouse. These little hooks are interesting, or pegs, I guess, for coats or towels or pots and pans. Nice wall shelves in the back. And this is a huge spinning wheel. I wish I had a good place for that in my own house. I would love to have a spinning wheel. Not that I know how to use it. This is a great box. It looks quite old. And this picture is really sweet. It looks like it's reproducing an old historic scene. And let's look at this. This looks like a slant front writing desk. This is a beautiful little cabinet with a marble top. We're gonna head upstairs though and check out the kitchen. Cute table. I'm taking a peek. That's a cute stool, but it's reproduction. There's some glassware, some cookware of various kinds, and a table full of pewter. There are some beautiful pewter pieces here. This is really interesting. I wonder what this says. It's hard to read. Leonard. This was made by Leonard Pewter, I guess. And this is also very cute. This little teapot. And this looks like Woodbury pewters, perhaps. Yep, let's take a closer look. Yes, definitely Woodbury pewters. This dishware is really pretty. Oh, and this little bowl. My dog used to have that bowl a long time ago. It broke. We've got some small scale appliances. Cute little sign. This house is adorable, by the way. And I love old wooden utensils of all kinds. Cute little braided rug. We're walking into the dining room now, and we'll see if we can find anything. Oh, my son had those blocks. There's a great little clock on the wall and a quilt holder. These are pretty but extremely faded, so yeah, I think they're a no. Some little toys and things. That's cute. I guess that'd be great for holding quilts, right? Little Essex framed wall art. Beautiful desk. There's some very pretty furniture here. We've got some pillows and other textiles. I want to get a better look at this quilt because it looks pretty, but there's a lot of things on top of it clouding my view. Yep, this is really pretty, but incredibly worn around the edges. I wonder if somebody's going to end up buying this very large piano. I'm giving you just an overlook at the room because it's a very pretty space. This is such a cute rug. Most of the rooms down this hallway seem to be closed off, but there is one bedroom open to the public. And here it is. The bedding is really lovely. I love the color and the pattern, but not much for sale. Okay, let's go down these treacherous looking stairs into the basement and see if we can find anything in that space. Just a little pile of tools and things. Everything is very organized down here. There isn't much for sale. It might go down in history as the cleanest basement I've ever seen, so that's always nice. Just making sure I'm not missing anything good, but I don't think I am. I definitely don't need any tools today. I didn't show you that much footage because there were a lot of people in the house and the house was not very large, but I did find some good things, and as always, I'll show them to you as soon as we get home. I had so much success at the estate sale in Deep River. It was a really good stop. And it was one of those estate sales where I questioned even going because I had gone to a different estate sale first. And that meant that the one at Deep River had been going on for several hours. And so I thought it might just be totally picked over. Fortunately, that wasn't the case at all. And I came home with a carload of interesting things. So in no particular order, I'm going to show you, I think, this beautiful pewter teapot first. I thought this had a nice shape. A lot of times when I find things in pewter, they have little dings and things, and so I don't pick them up. In fact, there was a coffee pot that I really loved, but it had a dent in it, so I left it behind. There was quite a bit of pewter at this particular sale, but this was my favorite piece. So this has a back stamp that says Woodbury Pewters. I don't think that's going to show up too well on camera, but there's the back stamp. I thought this was lovely. The hinge is nice. It's a good shape. I thought it was fun. And it was fun to pick up pewter, which I don't do very often, but that piece was too good to leave behind. I found a stack of boxes. I always enjoy these. These have kind of a cardboardy feel to me. I do not believe these are wood, but they have a nice look. Here's the other side. So this one box has this like heart decal attached to it. But if you don't like that, it's really easy just to show the other side. And of course, one of the things that's nice about something like this is for storage, you can just stack the smaller boxes into the red box, so they don't take up a whole lot of room if you're using them like seasonally. So I thought these were nice, and very similarly, I picked up this set in a star pattern. So they stack kind of like this, and then they are star shaped, which I think is really cute. So the paint isn't perfect on these. There are like little, like you can see, like a little bit of paint loss right here, but I still think they have a great look. And again, you can stack the smaller shapes into the larger shape, which makes storage so much easier. I've stacked the two different shaped boxes, the kind of conventional oval boxes and the star boxes on either side of the planter on my bay window, so you can get a sense of the scale of them, and also so you can see how pretty they look when they're displayed somewhere special. So I think these are lovely. The stars are really fun because they're unexpected. They'd be great for 4th of July decor, or just for anybody who likes kind of star-themed stuff. I think it's very pretty and very unique. My new goal is to get through the rest of this video without dropping anything. I wonder how I'll do. I guess we'll find out. All right, so let me show you the next thing I bought. I thought this was really cool. It's this, maybe I will, I will drop more things. It's this fabulous lamp. So you can see the base is like an old candle mold, which is so interesting. And then you have this nice punctured shade, which has a lovely design on it. I thought this was absolutely beautiful. It has such a cool primitive look. I haven't seen one like this before. So I thought it would be really fun to try to sell this and see if I can find an awesome home for it. So that came home with me. Oops. Again, the goal is not to break more things. I also picked up this really pretty candle. I don't know that it needs to have this thing on it. This really pretty candle with the wooden back. It's got some nice like little faux berries and things as a little design element. I thought that could look beautiful in somebody's home. And I've also grabbed this little collection. It's all in a plastic bag. It's a little collection of faux cherries and strawberries and things. Oh, I'm not showing this very well. Here we go. Now I think you can see them. They're faux berries and cherries. They are adorable. I am not sure that I'll be able to keep these, although I really want to because I think they'll be just too tempting for the cats. These are light enough for the cats to be able to like bat them around, and I can see them picking up these little stems in their mouth and dragging them around the house. So probably I will sell them. I might give them a try for like 5 seconds, and when invariably it doesn't work out, I'll give up and sell them. I think that's the plan. I've just put the lamp right here next to my bed in the master bedroom, and I kind of wish I hadn't done that because I love it so very much. Now it will be harder to say goodbye, but I think it's really beautiful. I think the shape of it is super unique. It has a great primitive look, and I love how the shade causes the light to kind of become diffuse and striated in the back. Isn't that such a pretty effect? It's lovely when it's not lit, but I think when you light it, you really get the full effect. And you can see the laundry basket in the other room where it doesn't belong. So now that my mortification is complete, hopefully we can agree that this was an awesome find. And Licorice likes it too, huh? Oh, and so does Indy Cat. Yay. I just hung up this little pretty stand. You could put a lot of different things on here. Really anything kind of tall and skinny would work there. But the previous owner had this little candle in there. And I think that looks really sweet as well. I'm gonna sell them together. And I've hung it up here on my dining room wall, but you know, you could definitely just stand it somewhere as well because the base is really nice and flat. So this is quite stable and can move around the house to wherever it looks best. I bought this really pretty brass tray with handles. There's no special backing. I thought this was so cute. I think you can never have enough little brass trays. I also love silver plated trays, and I love wood trays because I think when you put items on top of them, everything just looks so like nice and cohesive. It just gives a good look and everything feels very intentional and gathered. So this one has like a hammered back. I don't know if that's coming up well. There it is. I think you can see it now. So I thought this was a nice little find, and it was added to the stack. Here is the brass tray. I really like it with the brass candlesticks on top. One of the candles is shorter than the other because the matching one fell over and broke. Thank you, kitties. But I think this nice like pop of brass looks nice with the other decor items I have here in the bay window in the dining room. And I think they hold their own really nicely. I'm very happy with this pickup. I picked up these little pot holders. You slip these over the handle of things that are like cast iron or copper because the handles can get really hot. And if you're goofy like me, you might forget that and accidentally burn yourself. So these are great for just sliding over and preventing those moments. So I'm actually gonna keep these. I don't think they're necessarily like beautiful or old or spectacular or anything, but I think they'll be incredibly useful. And my poor little fingers are thanking me already. I thought I would just show you how these little sleeves work, going right over the pot so that you can then maneuver the pot without burning yourself. It's so funny. I wonder if these were stolen from the restaurant Chili's or if this is just how they came. I don't really know, but my hand is excited at the prospect of not getting burned because I have done that more than once. This is such an easy fix to that particular problem. So I'm gonna wash these and then they'll go in one of the kitchen drawers so that they're ready when I wanna use them. So those came home. Then I'll show you, oh my gosh, I thought this was beautiful. This is such a pretty runner and this lovely, just a lovely white background. I don't think this is handmade or anything, but it is really pretty and would look nice in any space. If you are somebody who likes to keep your dining room table uncovered, if you don't keep a tablecloth on it all of the time, something simple like this would give you just a little bit of an elegant look and would look like your table was a little bit more prepared and presentable than if it were just left bare. Nothing wrong with the bare table, but it's sometimes nice to have a little extra something. I keep my table covered all the time because the cats jump on it, and it's so easy for me to just pull off a tablecloth and wash it. If they jumped on my actual wood table, I'm sure I'd have lots of scratches and other things that would make me very unhappy. So that's why I'm a tablecloth girl. I also love tablecloths. I always have. I picked up this runner. I thought this was really pretty. I recently thrifted something very similar to this. It's got a nice kind of tapestry quality, nice rich colors, perfect for the autumn and for the winter. Although if you had the right color scheme, this could look beautiful any time of year. It's got a little bit of fringe at the end. So I thought that was lovely. And I found some placemats. Again, they just made me think of the fall, which I'm not rushing, not in a hurry for the fall. They reminded me of the fall. I also think they would look lovely in the winter or really any time of year. So this is the pattern and it has this nice border. This was made by Croft and Barrow, so not old. And there are 8 of these. And they're in really nice condition. I didn't see any stains or problems with any of them. So I thought they could look lovely in somebody's home. Here are the beautiful plates that are Wedgwood. This is the patrician pattern. These are a recent acquisition, and what I love about these plates is because they're white, they're nice and neutral and will go with everything. Here we are. Here is the final look that I've created. I really like how the runner is doing the heavy lifting here in terms of color and pattern. And I like how these faux flowers bring out the red tones. But then I like the juxtaposition between those warm colors and the nice crisp white of the dinnerware set. I think it really looks nice. I think this would be beautiful in the winter or really in the fall, any time of year. I'm just thinking of the color combinations. I keep thinking about how pretty this dinnerware would look as part of a Christmas table, like on a red tablecloth. Could be really pretty. Iris has a lot to say about it. I've added in these beautiful Lenox serving dishes because they match really well with the Wedgwood. So both of the serving bowls are Lenox and this vase is Lenox. This was a gift to me from my mother many, many years ago. And you're gonna see more of these plates in a future thrifted haul, so keep your eyes out for that. The glasses are my own. I recently thrifted more of them. And then this is my mother's silver service. It's just nice sometimes to bring it out and see it. I've just used some regular paper napkins here because we're in the kitchen, so I'm gonna just keep it a little less formal. But I think this is a really pretty look, and it shows you how nice this runner could be in the right spot. Here's a very different look. The cats are chasing each other. They're just running back and forth because they're nuts. Look at these two. They're running all around, and there's a dog toy. We have not much dignity here at Worthington Home. Okay, but here is another way to arrange this tablescape. Now I've included the placemats. I've changed up the vase. This is also a Lenox vase. I'd love something a little fuller in this vase, but it's what I have right now. But it's another really pretty look. And of course, placemats are so easy. Just kind of throw them in the washing machine. They're super versatile. So I think this is another really pretty tablescape, a little less formal, but still really interesting. And I continue to like the effect of sort of this busy pattern and more colorful pattern along with the very clean, crisp plates. I think that's so pretty. I think Iris is, yep. I was just gonna say she's gonna pounce her brother, and she did. There they go. There's all kinds of shenanigans happening. Indy usually likes this game more than Iris, but Iris seems well into it if you ask me. Oh, and maybe now it's done. Wilson does not approve. I really liked this round mirror. I thought it was very elegant. You can see the details a little bit more. I like the gold right around the edges. Very pretty. Here is the back, and it has a sticker that says Oyster Bay Frame Shop, Oyster Bay, New York. But I thought this was lovely. Really just pretty elegant mirror that would look so nice in absolutely any space. I picked up this grinder that you screw to a countertop because I thought it had a great look. I love all the writing behind there. It has a little wooden top that pops up. Has a nice kind of old-fashioned look to it. So I thought that was a lot of fun. And I picked it up. You can adjust the size by just twisting the screw. Yeah, that's really kind of cute. And I found, I'm sorry I keep reaching, I found this really nice cloche. I do love a cloche. I have a nice big one myself. And these look lovely if you pop them over faux plants. But people do lots of different things with them. I've seen people create little vignettes where they even have like little stacks of books and things, or like a bird's nest inside it. I mean, there are an infinite amount of possibilities for a piece like this. So I was really glad to find it. I don't often find big glass cloches like that for affordable prices that allow me to pick them up for resale. So it was nice to find one out in the wild for a change. I don't have the right space for this coffee grinder. If I still had my old hutch, I could put it on the edge of my hutch and that would have looked perfect. But for now, I've just put it here by the windowsill so you can see how it looks when it's mounted. It's got a really nice old-fashioned look that I think is really charming. So Yes, if you are someone who has the right spot for it, this could be a really cute, unique addition to your home decor. I just filled this pretty little pressed glass candy dish with the faux berries that I got at the estate sale. I think it looks very, very pretty. And if I want to make sure the cats don't get into this, I can always cover them with a cloche. So a cloche is so handy. It looks great over a plant. It looks great over a bird's nest. People do all kinds of interesting vignettes with this. So this is just an example of one way that you can use it as a faux berry protector for crazy cats. Maybe that's just my house. I don't know. What do you think? This next find I'm keeping. So it is this nice big throw blanket. It's in a gorgeous color. I was told that this was handmade in Ireland, but I can't prove it. There is no tag. And there is like some pilling and stuff on this, but that's okay because it's just for me. And my plan with this, I'll just show you the fringe. My plan with this is to use it as a throw blanket in our sunroom. And I feel comfortable doing that because this blanket isn't in perfect condition. So if for any reason the cats get some claw marks or little snags in it, I won't be upset. But it's really soft. I love how neutral it is. Of course, I also love color, but I already have kind of a lot going on already in the sunroom. So I felt like something really basic was the way to go. And I think we'll really enjoy using this on cold winter nights. I love the way the blanket looks on the sectional sofa here in the sunroom. I think it's nice because it will be cozy and warm and soft, but it doesn't have competing colors because we have a very busy rug and we have throw pillows with lots of colors and patterns. So I think a nice solid colored throw is nice, and I love all of the raised up details and the cabling. It's so beautiful, and as I said, because it's not in pristine condition, I'm not afraid of what the cats will do to it. It's not like I'm taking something perfect and putting it in jeopardy. This has already had a lot of love, so now it will just get a little bit more. I found this really pretty tapestry throw, and it has bunnies on it, and it has months of the year. So we have February, we have May, we have a little Valentine's Day. So all different kinds of holidays showing months of the year. And here's a little house that goes with it. This is so cute. I really love all of the details on this. I think the colors are really tasteful. And here's the winter one. You've got the little snowman. There's nothing on the back. I mean, you could use this reversibly, but I think it looks nicest from this angle. And I think this would be just a nice, I mean, you can use it certainly as just a warm, snuggly blanket. It would make a lovely throw over a sofa or chair. You could even hang this up on the wall if you had a large wall space and you wanted to make it really cozy and kind of unique. So I thought that was a fun pickup. Tapestry blankets are very in style right now. So I'm hoping that someone loves this one. I just laid this blanket over the sofa. Licorice is sniffing it so you can see all of the detail in it. It really is so pretty. It would make a nice wall hanging. It would look nice on somebody's bed. You could lay it out flat. Of course, you'd have to tuck in the back, not do it the way I did it right here. You can fold it and just kind of sling it over a chair. You really can't go wrong with a piece like this. And I love how it really kind of covers every possible month and season. Sort of has it all figured out. I think it's very, very pretty. I haven't done this in a while, but I did pick up a sad friend. It's my bad. I should have noticed this. I didn't. But I picked up this beautiful tapestry throw blanket. I love the pattern. I love the color, but unfortunately, I did not see this hole. So this poor guy has a hole in it, And yeah, I should have noticed. Look at how beautiful it is. I mean, it could still be used as a throw. It could still be used as an accent, and just as a throw over somebody's chair or sofa or at the foot of a bed. It could still serve that function, but with a hole in it, that is gonna limit my options a little. This one was made by Goodwin Weavers in the USA. So here is the copy, not the copyright, goodness gracious, the label. So I'm gonna have to think about what to do with this because yeah, that's quite a hole. I don't think there's really any way to repair that without, you know, probably bringing more attention to it. So I'll have to think about that. If you have any thoughts about what I could do with this, I'd love to hear from you because I do think it's lovely and deserves a place in somebody's home. It's just a matter of figuring out what that place should be. I just draped this blanket over my chair and I think it really is a beauty. It's too bad about that rip, but it's still a very pretty blanket. I don't know if this could be used for anything else or if it would unravel if you cut it. I really should have been more mindful of bringing home a sad friend, but it is a pretty blanket despite the flaw. So I don't know, I might try to sell it as is. We'll see what happens. It is time for us to clean out this corner cabinet. I've been threatening to do it for months, but now is the time because I have to fit something new in the cabinet. And in order to do that, I need to make room right here. So let's get to it. I'm a little bit daunted. Cleaned out the top part, but now we have to clean out the bottom part. Oh boy, there's a lot here. Well, I don't know what to say about this. This is a lot of china, and obviously I've amassed a ridiculous amount of it. I've been collecting this since I was about 20. We won't do that math, but trust me, it's been a long time, this collection. And there are a couple of pieces, obviously, that aren't part of the collection, like this little cruet set and a few other things, but mostly this is brown and white. Holy moly. And I can tell you it's very dusty because it sits a lot. I tend to use the same pieces over and over, and then I don't use other pieces. And some of this is sentimental because some of it I brought back from England in suitcases, which is crazy, and carry-ons. Some of it has been gifts. Oh my gosh. And the worst part, well, I don't know if it's the worst part, but another complicating factor is that this whole bag is full of more brown and white china. Oh God, and there's a cat. Okay, I just moved the cat, and this is flooring for the foyer because, you know, the house is crazy. And here is a bin and a TV that is Zach's because he's home right now. Holy mackerel. So there's all of this. I guess I should pull it out so we can just see everything. So we have this pretty picture. A little gravy boat. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. This beautiful picture. This beautiful picture. Obviously, I felt the need to serve a lot of beverages. Oh boy. This covered bowl. This is really beautiful. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to put it. I'm gonna put it over here. You guessed it, another picture. By the way, I'm really sorry about the light. It's just a super hazy day today. There is nothing I can really do about it. A beautiful plate. Another beautiful plate. And a beautiful plate. That's everything. So now it's worse. And I've got to do some kind of purging here because this is nuts. Here's where I am so far. I dusted the inside of the shelf. I put my very favorite decorative plates all around. Over here, these little bread and butter plates are the only things that will fit because this shelf is very narrow and these shelves cannot be adjusted. And I put some bigger serving pieces here on the bottom. For right now, I've put the plates here. This stack is really too heavy and that's not good for the plates, so I'm gonna have to rethink that. But I think we're off to a good start. By the way, this corner cabinet belonged to a family that lived like diagonally across the street from us. It was a couple in their late 80s and they were moving and downsizing and selling this corner cabinet. This is back when Eric and I were first dating. So we thought this should stay in the neighborhood. We love this piece. It's really pretty and it fits perfectly here in our dining room. So we're so happy to have it. But enough chit chat. I need to keep working. This is the first piece of brown and white china that I ever bought. So this was my gateway drug. So for sure, this gets a spot in the cabinet. Oh my gosh, I did it. So here is the final result. And I did add in a couple of little extra pieces like this Lenox snail and this Lenox cat and this little bunny that I really like. But that's really it. Iris is playing with bags in the background. I think these butter pats are really sweet. I've layered these serving pieces. I do sometimes question whether I should keep a piece of this color. It has more of an orangey, and I really like the dark brown better. So that might be a future purge. I just really do like this covered dish, even though the colors aren't quite right. I've had this covered butter dish for the longest time. And this little teapot was a gift from my former mother-in-law. I had said in a previous video that this was a nut dish, but no, some viewers kindly pointed out for me that it's a bone dish, which is gross. I guess you would put bones in it. Here are most of my serving pieces that I use when I have company over. And it's not that I want to keep them out of sight. It's just that I think the individual pieces are more interesting to look at through the glass doors. So the only downside is that this is really awfully heavy, and that's not ideal for storage of old china, but we're just doing our best here. I've got some platters down here. I did put the cruet set back, and now I have the Villeroy and Bach set here. And I know this is not brown and white, but this just seemed like a good place to store it for now. I might eventually clear out a space in the closet in the dining room, but gosh, space is just at such a premium around here. It's hard to know how to best utilize it. So this is a just for now thing, but I think this looks nice. It's changed up, and as I said, my next project will be to gradually, probably shelf by shelf, wash each and every one of these pieces, because my daily servingware, well, not daily, my the set I use for company does get washed. Of course, I wash it before we use it and I wash it after we use it. But some of the more decorative pieces just don't get that same level of attention, and they need it too. China, when it gets dusty, gets a very dull finish. You lose a lot of the shine. So there's lots of new pieces here. And I'm going to show you in just a second what I decided to part with. As usual, we've got a kitty in a bag. This platter goes upstairs in the attic with the set that goes to. This was my grandmother's wedding set. She never ever used it when I was a kid. She had a different set that she used, but this was part of her wedding china that my great-grandparents gave them. And I do use this set sometimes. Here is the back stamp. Oh, this is Johnson Brothers. I never even knew that was Johnson Brothers. How funny. Anyway, I do love this set. I keep it up in the attic and I bring it out from time to time. Okay, so here are the pieces I'm going to say goodbye to. So I'm going to say goodbye to this cup and saucer. It has a crack in it that was repaired. I actually didn't do that. I bought it like that. This is very cute, and it's got this saucer to it. I'm going to say goodbye to this platter because I have a lot of platters, and this has a lot of staining right in the center, and it's picking up a little bit more of that orangey tone. I love this creamer, but I have, oh my goodness. Oh, sorry about that. Iris got herself stuck in a bag and needed a little help to get out. I'm gonna part with this creamer because I have a lot of creamers, and again, this is picking up more of that sort of reddish orangey tone. I'm gonna say goodbye to this pitcher because it has a lot of staining and crazing, and I already have a pitcher in this pattern, so I feel covered in that regard. I'm gonna say goodbye to this creamer and sugar. The creamer has a chip, and the sugar is missing its lid. And I'm gonna say goodbye to this platter because again, we have a lot of staining here. I'm gonna say goodbye to this set, which is really pretty, but this looks good when you have the whole pattern together, I think. And it doesn't have anything around the outer rim that makes it good for display. And similarly, I'm gonna say goodbye to this platter, except maybe, no, I'm not going to. I really like this platter actually. Oh, I have enough platters.
You see what happens here? Oh, that's so pretty. No, I think I am gonna let it go because even though I think it's lovely, I have arguably too many platters that I'm keeping. And the platters that I'm keeping are all of the ones I dragged home from England like over 20 years ago. So those are gonna stay. I'm gonna say goodbye to this one, even though I like it. So that's it. My purge was not as big as I was expecting it to be, but as I live with things and ponder, I may decide to add to it. We shall see. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my big haul. I got lots of different kinds of things. It was so much fun to go through that house. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. And if you did, please hit like, please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope to see you next time and have a fabulous day. Bye for now.